of the PGLCET 2022. Karibu sana. Welcome to the class. Read what I posted on the screen. Anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen. If you are hearing me. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Multiple choice questions. Public international law.
Good evening to the aspirants of the PGLCET 2022. You are welcome. Multiple choice questions, public international law. Professor Mohammed Saheb Hussain, Professor of Law, South Mwanza, Tanzania. That is written over there. Am I right? Say, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, without wasting the time, let me go to the first question in the PGLCET 2022 conducted by the University of College of Law, Usmania University, and the multiple choice public international law. The first question, and sir, there is no first, okay, deemed, okay, I put it now. The law, I quote, the law of nations or the international law as it is called is the name for the body of the customary and conventional rules which are considered binding by civilized states in their intercourse with each other. Who said? I unquote. Who said? A. Woodrow Wilson. B. Hugo Gracious. C. Oppenheim. D. Descartes.
Sir, option B, sir. Hugo Gracious.
No.
Option B, sir. Okay.
Second option.
Oppenheim, sir. C.
No. The right answer is A. Woodrow Wilson said those quotation. Yes, anyone can unmute and read the second question? Anyone can unmute and read the second question?
Yeah, non-permanent members of the UN Security Council are elected for a period of option A, 5 years, option B, 3 years, option C, 2 years, option D, 1 year.
Shoot.
Option C, sir, 2 years.
Every 2 years, non-permanent members of the UN Security Council are elected for a period. Now you tell me, how many are the permanent members of the Security Council? Is it 5
members, sir?
Permanent member of the Security Council.
5 members, sir?
Who are they?
Sir, it should be five, sir. China, France, Russia, UK, US.
There are how many? 5
sir.
Permanent members of the Security Council. So here it is written, read.
China, France, UK, and Russia, and US.
Why you jumped the United States? Sequence is China, France, the UK, the United States, and Russia. So these are the non-permanent members at the present. Subsidy question. Non-permanent members at present: Angola joined in the 2016, and Egypt 2017, Japan 2019, Malaysia 2016, New Zealand 2016, Senegal 2017, Spain 2016. Sir, when the 2016 is there, now is the 2020, they have gone, no sir. I believe that the year, I think the first time they become, perhaps that may be the reason, I'm sure. Otherwise, they could not write within the parenthesis year. So the United Nations Security Council currently consisting of how many members? Subsidiary question.
Sir, 197, sir.
I asked the
15
question,
members.
United Nations Security Council currently consisting of how many members? I asked the United Nations Security Council members. I did not ask the how many country states are there in the United States of America as a member. At that instance, you should say, of course, the three countries are observing countries, they said. It otherwise, we can 197, three countries, you eliminate it, 193 or 194 would be there. So, 15 members would be there in the total members in the Security Council. That is the Security Council I'm asking. For which 5 are the permanent members. And that means when the 5 are the permanent members, 10 members every 2 years they will be selected. Is it clear? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Third question. Which article of the Constitution of India stipulates that the state shall endeavor to foster respect for the international law and treaty obligations in the dealing of the organized peoples with one another? A. Article 50 capital A. B. Article 53. C. Article 51 capital C. And D. Article 54.
Sir, option C, sir. Option B, sir. Article 53.
The right option is C, Article 51, capital C. That capital C we are not supposed to write like this. No, it should be in this fashion. Because when capital is given over there, it gives the sense by the amendment a new section is added to the Article 51. So 51 capital C. Like we have seen in the dowry death case, if I not be mistaken, 498 capital A is added over there by the burning by any other means. If a bride died within 1 year or 2 years, the provision says. Next question. That is the fourth question. Can anyone unmute and read fourth question?
Question number 4. UNO's Secretary General Antonio sir, what
Guterres
is that?
belongs to.
Guterres belongs to option A, Spain, option B, Portugal, option C, Italy, option D, France.
Option B, sir. Portugal.
He is a Portugal. Antonio Guterres belongs to the UN Secretary General, and he is a powerful man among the UNO. So the fifth question is UNCLOS stands for United Nations Convention for the Law of the Sea. It is also known as the Law of the Sea. The convention came into force on 1994, and an overwhelming majority of the 130 countries adopted the convention. India ratified the convention in A. 1994, B. 1996, C. option 1995, D. option 1997. Law of the Sea Convention. Shoot.
Sir, what are the options, sir?
1994, 1996, 1995, 1997, when the India adopted the convention, or India
option
ratified
C,
the
sir.
convention. In the
Option
year,
C, sir. 1995.
it is the
1995. Option C.
1995, the India ratified the convention. And can you tell me that supplementary question, Law of the Sea, where it is situated? The convention,
Sir, Geneva, sir.
let's see, no. It is Law of the Sea is a body of the international governing the rights and duties states in the maritime environment, and it is, to my knowledge, Jamaica, Kingston, Montego Bay, Jamaica. United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. It is in Jamaica, and you can say that is a Kingston. That is a capital. That is a Montego Bay. There, the Law of the Sea is there. Is it clear? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. So now next, this is the fifth question, and this is the sixth question. A member of the ICJ is elected for the term of how many years? Sir, first you tell me what is ICJ, sir?
Sir, International Court of Justice.
Where it is situated?
International Court of. It is situated in Geneva, sir.
No. It is the only main organ which is other than the New York. All main organs are in New York City. But this only organ of the UNO, it is in different country.
Okay.
ICJ, The Hague. The Hague. Hague. Where it is? Netherlands. See, I have shown the picture, image. Can you tell me what is that?
ICJ building.
It is the palace where the ICJ, King's Palace, Palace Plaza, where the ICJ, even an international criminal court also there, but now it is shifted to some other building, which is the international criminal court. And here, this building also, the ICJ, I am not taken from the Google, I have taken from my daughter who is there now in Netherlands, Altrecht, and she visited the International Court of Justice, and where all the country names are engraved on the stone, and you'll see the countries. I don't know because we could see it or not, because it is not magnifying too much. We can see the countries, all countries' names are here engraved on the stone. It is in Hague. See, my daughter is showing Tanzania. Dad, Tanzania is here. She is showing. Tanzania name is here given and particularly showing there. And these are all the ICJ photos. So now it is there. Where it is there? Where it is?
The Hague. Netherlands.
The Hague, the palace,
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yes, that is the place. Okay, now let us come to the point of next feedback is the International Court of Justice is composed of the 15 judges elected to 9-year terms of the office by the United Nations General Assembly and the Security Council. These organs vote simultaneously but separately. In order to be elected, a candidate must receive an absolute majority of the votes in both the bodies. This sometimes makes it necessary for a member round of the voting held. One of the Indian advocate, now I think he is the president, or I think he's the president. Indian president or Indian advocate is a member in ICJ. I've forgotten the name because even the Good evening to the second part of the today's public international law multiple choice questions. Because of the university net has disappeared, vanished or disconnected. Hence, I would have to run the show with my hotspot now. So, without wasting the time, let me come to the point of here. I gave the feedback of the ICJ already. Then the next question is seventh question. Anyone can unmute and read what is the seventh question? Did you see the screen? Seventh question which I highlighted.
Yes, question number 7. The third,
This is the question.
question number 7. Yeah. Question number 7. The third UN conferences on the law of the sea in 1982 settled the breadth of territorial sea up to a limit of option A 10 nautical miles, option B 12 nautical miles, option C 11 nautical miles, option D 14 nautical miles.
Sir,
I think
12 nautical miles, sir. 12
The
12 nautical
answer
miles,
is
sir.
12 nautical miles. That is the B. B, 12 nautical miles is the correct answer for the seventh question. That is the third UN conference on the law of the sea in 1982 settled the breadth of the territorial sea up to the limit of 12 nautical miles. Here the nautical miles, it will measure the length of the sea, even including the continental shelves also. I think continental shelves that measured in the nautical miles, continental shelves. Okay, let us see the eighth question. According to the Article 57 of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, that is the UNCLOS, third, the exclusive economic zone shall not extend beyond A, 150 nautical miles from the baseline, B, 250 nautical miles from the baseline, 300 nautical miles from the baseline, D, 200 nautical miles from the baseline.
Option C, sir, 300 nautical miles from the
Oh,
baseline.
it is, they said 200 nautical miles, but let me make the correction whether it is right. See, continental shelves are different and economic zone is different, and here just now we read it, breadth of the territorial water is different. Is it clear?
150, sir.
No, I want to give the, because I also doubt, is it 120 or something? So for the verification, I am going, but the answer is the same. Let me see, check it so that you could see. 200 nautical miles, right answer. So eighth question is, what is the answer?
Option D, sir, 200.
Option D is the 200 nautical miles is that. Yes, anyone can unmute and read ninth question? Yeah. Anyone can unmute and read ninth question?
Question
Yes,
number
some-
9.
Yeah, please.
Continue.
Yeah, question number. Some of the human rights guaranteed by UN examples include option A, freedom expression, option B, freedom of faith, option C, freedom of sect.
Proceed. Is it not visible?
Yes, sir.
It is visible.
Completed, sir. Option A. I will tell the options again. Option A, freedom of expression. Option B, freedom of religion. Option C, freedom of faith. Option D, freedom of sect.
Freedom of sex. Sir.
A is the correct answer, sir. A, sir.
Expression.
Some of the human rights guaranteed by the UN examples include, but
B, sir.
not here, odd one out, not one among them.
Freedom of sect.
Not one among them. Now you tell me.
Option D, sir. Option D, sir.
Freedom of association, the right to adequate standard of having, the right to work in a favorable condition, the right to education and protection against the arbitrary arrest and detention. But here, Not among them is the freedom of sect. Freedom of expression is there, freedom of religion is there, freedom of freedom of faith. Freedom of faith is
sir, I
not
think.
there. Freedom of sect is there.
Yes, sir. That I am telling.
Freedom of faith is there. Freedom of sect is not there. Oh, let me check once again. What are the things which included there? But I have given here Bentham no. Let me once again check. Because total there are 8 to 9 are there. I changed it, but I forget. Actually, we have to give the feedback. When you give the feedback, in the feedback, it clearly mentions which are included, which are not included. In the feedback, yeah, it is not pulling that much speed. Human rights include the right to life and liberty, freedom of slavery, torture, freedom of opinion. Oh, this is different. This is different. And I am sure that freedom of faith is not there. Freedom of religion is there. Freedom of sect is there. Is it clear? This is I created it, faith. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Say yes.
Yes, sir.
Now the 10th question. Anyone can unmute and read?
The expression of international law was first introduced in the year 1789 by A. Bentham, B. Pinham,
Oppenheim.
Oppenheim, C. Stark,
Stark.
D. Grotius. Stark. D. Grotius.
No, it is a Bentham. It is a Bentham. The expression of international law was introduced in the year 1789 by Bentham. Next question. That is the 11th question. 11th question goes in this manner. Who remarked the international law is the vanishing point of jurisprudence? A. Austin, B. Holland, C. Savigny, D. Kelson.
B, sir,
Sir.
Holland.
It's a Holland. He said international law is the vanishing point of jurisprudence. Then the 12th question. One of the following is not a source of international law. A. International conventions. B. Religion. C. International customs. D. General principle of law recognized by nations.
B, sir.
It is a B. It is not a religion. Custom is there. Usage is there. Because it is codified in the international instruments. Next, 13th question. Subject of international law are A. States, B. Individuals, C. Both, D. None of these.
Both, sir. Option
Both,
C.
sir.
It is both. C is the right answer. Subject of international law is a state as well as individuals. So the C is the right answer for that question. Next question is, that is the 14th question. Anyone can unmute and read? 14th question. Yes. Dash, in international law, the process by which one state, upon the request of another, effect the return of the person for trial for a crime punishable by the laws of the requesting state and committed outside the state refuge. A. Inclusion. B. Extradition. C. Counting the jurisdiction. D. Boundary.
Option B, sir. Extradition.
Sir.
It is an extradition.
Yes.
Extradition treaty is there. What about the Kingfisher King? Where he is now?
Abroad, sir.
Where? Abroad means where?
UK, sir. UK.
UK.
What is his name?
Vijay Mallya.
Vijay Mallya.
Yes. Why the UK government is not handovering to the Indian government?
He has given some bribe.
He is having a lot of property in the UK. And if the UK people does anything to him, they lose all the taxes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now next question, 15th question is, ఎవరైనా
The
గుడ్డు
term of
ఏం
judges
గుడ్డు
of
అది
international
గోల్డ్ బంగారం గుడ్డి ఇచ్చి కోడిని ఎవడన్నా కోస్తాడా అండి?
లేదు
ఏదో
సార్.
Yes, that is the reason.
బంగారు బాతు.
Okay, బంగారు బాతులు అది. Okay, 15th question, the term of the judge of the International Court of the Justice is duration, tenure. A, 3 years, B, 5 years, C, 9 years, D, none of these.
option C, sir, 9 years.
It is the 9 years term is there. ICJ consisting of how many judges? Just before I read.
9.
ICJ consisting of how many judges?
15, sir,
sir.
15.
15 judges. Now, okay, here I am teaching the international human rights law. There are 3 regional courts are there to protect and promote the human rights. Where are the 3 regional courts are in the world? Supplementary question. I repeat the question. There is only one ICJ is there. That is the main organ of the UNO. And in International Criminal Court is there. It is not organ of the UNO, but a special agency, but encouraged by the Security Council. And they are the treaty-based, that is. Not charter-based, treaty-based. And I believe that you know the difference between a treaty and charter. A charter will be made by the UNO. A treaty will be made by the parties, state parties, like a bilateral treaty, multilateral treaty. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And both are having the equal importance. So now, there is no one international court of human rights in the world. There are 3 courts of the human rights in the world. One for the Europe, one for the upper part, western part, and one for the African continent. So where are these 3 regional courts are there? Human rights violations are there. This court's verdict is final. If you don't know it, you say pass on.
Pass on, sir.
South Africa.
Wrong. Inter-organization court would be there. US organization. It is in Washington. And the Europe, it is Strasbourg, France. In African continent, we are proud to say that Tanzania is having the African Court of Humans and People's Rights in Arusha. It is the 2nd biggest city in the Tanzania. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now let us come to the next point. Pacta sunt servanda means a treaties between the states are to be respected. B, an unwanted person. C, international law must be honored. C, none of the above.
None of the above, sir.
No.
C, sir, international law
C,
must
sir.
be honored.
Are you
C, sir.
sure?
Yes, sir. It should be agreement, no, sir. Agreement must be kept.
Then A is not the answer.
Are to be respected. Okay. Yes, sir.
Is it not?
Yes, sir. Agreements must be kept means option A.
Oh, let us see that why we should have to be in confusion. The mother Google is there for us. What do you say? To clear
Yes,
the
sir.
doubt. agreement must be kept. Keeping with the principle, pacta sunt servanda, agreement must be kept. You are right. That's why I got the doubt.
Yes, sir.
International law must be honored, means agreement will be honored, or treatment between the agreement means the treaties between the states. Is it not the agreement?
Yes, sir. So treaty is agreement. Sir.
Treaties may be the agreement only, no? Okay.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Yes. Universal Declaration of the Human Rights was passed in A. Chicago in 1948, B. London in 1948, C. Berlin in 1948, D. Paris in 1948. Which one is the correct answer?
Paris.
It is in Paris 1948. Paris is in
Yes,
which
sir.
country?
France, sir.
It is France. Paris famous for what?
Eiffel Tower.
Another?
Fashion, sir. Fashion.
River.
No, fragrance. You know,
Lotus.
that,
Flowers.
sprays. Spray.
Okay.
Perfume sprays.
See, in the 17th question, can you tell me what is the wrong in writing? Quick observation. There is something wrong in writing. Can you tell me what is that? I would like to
So
see.
universal is U is lower.
Passed
Lower
it, sir.
case.
Inga. Enter.
This universal, this should be, except the prepositions, all first letter should be capital letter, the other letter should be, and preposition, this is a preposition, it should not be. Prepositions, conjunctions, and articles should not be capital letter, but all the other letters of the first letter should be capital letter, and the rest of the letters should be the small letters, and it will be the bold. That is the rule for the side heading. Okay, now let us come to the next point. 18th question. Unmute and read.
Universal declaration. Okay. Terra nullius means option A, island in the sea. Option B, no territory. Option C, territory belonging to no state. Option D, none of this. C, sir. Option C, sir. Territory belonging to no one. No state.
Nullus means no. Terra
Yes, sir.
means territory. And it is a
No
Latin
territory belongs to
terminology.
no state. Yes, sir.
Whenever the
Option
Latin
C.
terminology comes, fundamental rule is, I did it now. Fundamental rule is
What is
italics.
it, sir?
Repeat.
Okay.
Say italics.
Italics.
Good, I appreciate. Then the 19th question. Yes, unmute and read.
Yeah, the number of articles in UNO Charter are option A 113, option B 112, option C 111, option D 115. Answer is C, sir. 111.
C is
111,
answer.
11. C,
మూడు
sir.
నామాలు పొడుగు నామాలు శివనామం కాదు విష్ణుమూర్తి నామం. So 18th, the 20th question is, with which of the following is Tober doctrine related? Tober, T-O-B-R, Tober doctrine. Number A, let me pull down to the next page. Yes, number A, recognition of the government. B, recognition of the state. C, recognition of insurgents. And D, I think there is something mistake which I did it. Indofol of the above, none of the above. Which one is that answer?
None of the above.
Run.
Sir, state should be recognized. Right? Recognition of government.
It is the recognition of the government. Let me clear our doubt. Because why we should have to go with doubt? Read.
Yeah. Tobar Doctrine in 1907, named after Carlos Tobar, Foreign Relations Minister of Ecuador. The doctrine states that recognition of government should only be granted if its administration came to power by legitimate democratic means. Yeah. It was primarily adopted by Central American states in 1907.
Professor Hussain
Government should be-
students will not say 1907. Professor Hussain students will not say 1907. Professor Hussain
Okay.
students will not say 1907. Professor Hussain students say 1907. Repeat.
1907. 1907, sir.
What is the not spelling?
K-note.
Wrong. అది ముడి అంటారు. K-note is ముడి.
Note, not, sir.
Not, that is a negative. The not spelling is N-A-U-G-H-T or N-O-U-G-H-T.
Okay, sir.
N-A-U-G-H-T, not. He is not, but a worthless fool. And digit 0, not. Or we can say N-O,
UGST.
UHT. This is the Professor Hussain students say. That is the style of Professor Hussain student. Even though everybody is right, but the polished language and a good, elite language, one should have to speak it. Okay, that is about the thing. Then 18th question. I already discussed this thing. International Court of Justice is constituted by
15 judges, sir.
But
It is
here
not
the, here the choice is not given. Why it is not given, I don't know. Huh? It is the choice is in choice. None of the above is not given actually. It should be given none of the above. But just now we read it. Judges of the ICJ. Is
Yes,
it
sir.
not? The International Court of Justice established by the Charter of the Sea. I told you charter. Charter by the UN. Treaty by the state parties. The Charter of the United Nations as the principal judicial organ of the United Nations shall be constituted and shall function in accordance with the provisions of the present statute. Then I said, who established the Brahmana Court? No. What are the provisions? Actually, what is the International Court of Justice? No. We want actually the statute. How many members are there in the internal? How many judges? How many?
Judges.
Many judges are in International Court of Justice. 15 judges. So here the option is this actually it is gone. Actually this is 15. 15 judges. Now the option is
B, sir. 15 judges.
it is the 15 judges. B is the right answer. So now let us go to the next question. That is the 19th question. And Banker-Shock principle is related to Binker-Shock or Banker-Shock. The principle is related to A, measurement of the maritime belt, B, contiguous zone, C, extradition of criminals, D, none of these.
Option A, sir. Measurement of maritime belt.
Banker-Shock is the measurement of the maritime belt. That is the measurement.
Yes, sir.
Now, sound will be measured in which Parameter.
Decibel, sir. Decibel.
Decibel is the parameter. I wrote an article. How much decibels a man ear will withstand? How many decibels a man ear will withstand? To my knowledge, it's a 72 decibel.
Okay, sir.
I wrote an article on the sound pollution. That's why I could remember certain things. Now let us go to the next 20th question. Just solely principle is meant for A. Grant of nationality on the basis of the place of birth. B. Grant of nationality on the basis of the blood relationship. C. Grant of nationality through the naturalization. And the D. None of the above.
Place of birth, sir. Answer A, sir.
Let me
Grant
check
of
it.
nationality on the basis of birth. Option A, sir.
Generally, that is that taken into consideration. Yes, now we'll see just solely principle is meant for the law, the principle that a person's nationality at birth is determined by the territory within which he or she was born. So the right answer is
Option A, sir.
option A is the right answer. Okay. The next 21st question. Anyone can unmute and read? 21st question.
Visible,
It
sir.
has been uh, it has been a guiding principle of international environmental law since the Earth Summit in dash 1992. A option A Istanbul, option B Dubai, option C Rio de Janeiro, option D Vienna.
Vienna.
Sir, option C, sir.
It
Option
is
C, sir.
option
Rio
C.
de
Yes,
Janeiro.
summit is there. Rio de Janeiro. Where is this Rio de Janeiro?
Brazil, sir.
South Africa, sir.
Sir,
Brazil,
Brazil,
sir.
South Africa.
Brazil.
South Africa is Durban is there. KwaZulu-Natal is there. Johannesburg is there. Okay, next question. 22nd question. Unmute and read.
The main organs of United Nations are, which one is odd man out? A, the trusteeship council. B, the economic and social council. C, the political and environmental council. D, the secretariat.
Sir, option A, sir. The trusteeship council.
Is it odd man out?
Yes, sir.
I intentionally kept in a different way. Because I know that if I write the Security Council, you definitely tick it. You write the Secretary, you definitely make it out. If I write the ICJ, you definitely will make it out. And hence, I put the Trusteeship Council and the Economic and Social Council also. But the odd man out is C, the Political and Environmental Council. But other three, A, B, D, is part of the main organs of the United Nations. Read the feedback.
The main organs and the United Nations are the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Secretariat, the International Court of Justice, the Economic and the Social Council, and the Trusteeship Council.
Then among the upper one, which is not there, under ABCD,
The political and environment
The
council.
third one, sir.
yes. If I give you General Assembly, Security Council, and another thing, you can easily make it out without any difficulty. That is the reason my way of asking is by using the different technique to see that whether you can shoot it or not. If you know this technique, even though you don't know the answer, but you can use this technique and shoot at the bull's eye.
Right answer.
What is bull's eye?
correct answer.
Perfect target.
In the
Perfect
archery,
target.
you know, you have to shoot at the bull's eye. What is archery?
It's a sport, sir. Aiming at the target with
What
the
other
arrow.
instrument could be used in the archery?
Bow and arrow.
Very good.
Arrow.
I appreciate. I want to know whether he could
Alluri
do it.
Sitaramaraj used to use that.
I want to check it.
Alluri
Okay, 23rd
Sitaramaraj.
question. The UN Charter provides for the right of countries to engage in self-defense, including the collective self-defense against an armed attack, within parentheses, including cyber attacks. A. Article 49. B. Article 50. C. Article 51. D. Article 52. Self-defense. A collective self-defense. Even for the armed attack or the cyber attack. The UN gave the permission.
49 ka Article 49.
Wrong.
Article 51, sir.
It's an Article 51. It gives the charter you can use the energy to self-defense or collective self-defense, either armed attack or the cyber attack. Doesn't matter. Next, 24th question. How many types of state territory? A. 2. B. 3. C. Option 4. D. Option 5. State territory.
Sir, option 5, sir.
Five, sir.
Class
Five.
eight मला call చేయి.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
We live in a world full